Hello everybody and welcome to Factorio, brand new series I'm starting on my brand new YouTube channel. Let's just jump right in. First thing I'm going to do, I am running a couple of mods. They're more quality of life mods than anything. This just gives a display which we'll show once we actually get into game. This just, because I'm doing a YouTube video, the nights get really dark and you just sort of have a cone flashlight until you can actually get lights researched. So this just makes night a little more lighter, just basically quality of life. Planning to a mod, you have to research it, but we'll show it later on. It allows you to plan out your factories, makes it a little easier. And of course, trash can. The only way to destroy stuff in vanilla is to basically put it in something like a chest and then shoot the chest. So this just allows you to create a trash can. A little expensive, but you might not even use it. Let's see. Okay, so let's get started right into the game. We're going to do a new game. These are the default settings: medium water, medium starting area. I have been playing around a little bit, so let's use this map exchange key. It seems to be a nice starting area, decent resources. The only changes are I made the water small and the starting area big. The only thing with the starting area being big is there aren't going to be biters around, and biters, of course, are the things that could come and attack you. They will take a little while longer to actually come to you and start killing you. So let's generate and see where we are. So the very first thing we're going to have to do once we actually get into game is get some resources going and get our main lines going. Okay, so this is Factorio, yada yada yada. Basically our end game is to launch a rocket with a satellite. So, let's see. We have good selection of iron here, copper here, coal here, and I believe there's coal down there. Yep, there's a coal section down here. So I think what we're going to do to start is we're going to use this copper, this iron, and this coal to start our production line, and basically we'll just build copper and iron, our main distribution bus of both of those going out that way, and then we can of course start our engines here, but that's probably going to be a few minutes off, so let's just get started. So while we're in this area, let's just quickly collect some oh right, we need to build a pickaxe or else it takes forever. I'm actually going to build two, even though that's going to use up all our iron plates, but we'll have more very quickly. So basically we just need wood to start. We can use it for fuel, I usually don't, but we do need wood for beginning wooden chests, as well as the power poles until we can research steel poles. But that should be enough just to get started. Nice. Okay, so let's head up there. There's a small patch, if I remember correctly, of stone up here. There it is. We're going to need a little bit of stone, so let's just mine this up quickly. Don't need a lot of it. Need to get a couple of furnaces going. There we go. And I want to build a second burning miner drill just to get started. And as you see, it actually requires iron gears, stone furnace, and iron plates. But if you look under total raw, which is of course over there, the nice thing about this is even if you don't have all the components, it will build the components for you. Now, manual crafting is not the name of the game, even though we do have to start about it. It's Factorio. We want to build a factory. So let's just get started. We're going to need 9 iron plates. So to start with, let's go down to our coal down here, and just the out-of-the-way area. Let's just rotate with R, get a bit of fuel. There we go. Now let's just get you mining coal to begin with. And just to start, let's place you down there. Do we have any? Okay, we're going to need some iron ore. So let's just quickly run up here. Actually, we could have gone to the one down below. And we need 9 for another one of those. So it's basically 1 to 1, 1 ore, 1 plate. So let's go to 9. And what does that give us there? 5. Mining is not a big part, even though we are going to need to do a little bit of mining to get started. But of course, we're going to need to get there we go. So let's build. Oh, what are we missing? 9 iron plates. Oh, right. We actually have to make the iron plates. I forgot about that. All the other components are fine. So you should have some coal for us. Only one? Oh, because you're probably out of coal. So let's just empty you, get you there. What? Why aren't you working? Why? Oh, no, yeah, that's a fuel slot. Okay, let's just start. Let's get a one wooden chest. And we'll just put you there. There we go. Now it's outputting. Nice. Control, left click will empty whatever's in it. Put you there, put you there. And now we're making our iron plates. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to build a second burning miner drill, and we're going to have them pointing each other. So basically what will happen is they're going to feed each other fuel, and then they'll each fill up with 50 coal. So whenever we need coal early game, we'll always have 100 coal available. It's just sort of an easy way to do it, instead of having to use burner inserters and stuff like that. How are you doing? 7, 8, and that should be 9. There we go. Let's get our miner drill. There we go. And while that's burning, I know you're out of fuel. Destroy this, get the coal back. And if we face this, like so, then they're just going to feed each other. Put you in there. So that's going to start, that's going to feed that. There we go, and then that's going to feed that. And once they're totally full with fuel, they'll just start collecting fuel. Nice. Okay, so we're actually, it's not a bad area to start. Okay, so first thing we're going to want to do, of course, is get power, sort out our power, because we need the power. I'm just going to clear this area a little bit. I don't really, I guess we could just get some supplies so we don't have to manually mine. Okay, that's a good start. Let's go collect some more iron. Burner miner drills, we need, okay, so let's get 18 of this just to get started. Basically what we'll do is we'll put a burner miner drill on the iron and one on the copper, and then hopefully that means we won't have to do any more mining. Probably for stone, but we can throw one on stone too. This is just very early game. Yes, it's a little slow to begin with. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, let's just start the smelting. There we go. Put you in there. And slowly filling up, slowly filling up. And we know we're going to need some stone. So let's also pick up some stone. There we go. What is it per each? It's 5 stone. So let's actually get 15. Because then we can build 3 and we can actually get one on the stone as well. Because I hate this manual mining. 10, 11. And the number showing is what's in your inventory, not what you've necessarily mined. So if you had some in there already, it would show up as well. Okay, and probably need 18 of this, I believe. Not too hard. Just that other mod I was telling you about, Biter Evolution, just tells you basically how strong they are, how evolved they are, and this is just my total play time, meaning we've just started, nothing big. Okay, 6, 7, let's see if that's actually enough so we can get the started on the burner miner. 12, yep, that should be enough, so let's build one, grab some fuel for it. Take half of you for now. Take half of you for now. There we go. And we'll just start here. I'm going to put this off to the side a little. Actually, we'll do it on this one, just so when we actually set up our automated stuff. And if you see where you put it on the right-hand side over here, it shows you how much is available. So we're just actually going to put it right on the edge here. It's not going to stay long. And we'll have a pipe into there. And fuel. There we go. So now, there we go. It'll start filling the chest up for us. Now, one of the things is if you press Alt, it'll actually show you what's in the chest and what direction things are pointed. It's just a good idea to keep on. So let's see. Go down here. Can we build our second one yet? Oh, we took it all out. Fine. Let's get the iron ore in there. Eventually, like I said, we will be automating all this. So this is just to get started. Okay, well that's spurting. Let's go up here. And I know there's probably not a lot in here yet, but let's take what we have. Oh, 10 iron ore. That's good for another one. Perfect. And down at the bottom here, take what you have, put you in there, and we've got another burner miner drill. And we're going to need another chest. Okay, so let's start off down at the bottom here. And, oh, I can't put it where I'm standing. 2 into a chest. Get some coal. See, we're good. Okay, so we're going to put coal in there and just fill it up. So now we've got some basic mining of copper going on, some basic iron going on. Nice. Okay. So let's get one more drill for stone going, because we are going to need stone for the furnaces. We out of fuel already? Fine. There you go. No. Yeah. Oh, right. Duh. Okay, so one more burner miner drill, one more chest, and then we should be good to go. We can start on power. And for now, we're just going to plop you right here. Good enough. Chest. Do we have any fuel? Nope. Let's go pick. Well, let's get you out of the way. I don't want to keep on running into you. There we go. Take you. Take you. Come up here. Fill you. And we have the very basic mining going on. Perfect. Okay, so let's look at where we want to set up our power. Now, I think actually this is going to be a good area because it's fairly clear. I guess the optimal, from what I can tell, and this is only going from the wiki and stuff, is we're going to be starting with steam. So basically a full line is one water pump can supply 10 steam engines but requires 14 boilers. Now we're just going to start really simple. We're going to start with one steam engine, 3 boilers, and 1 offshore pump. And that'll get us our power going, and then we can really get going on stuff. Now we might need multiple lines of this, so I think if we do our power straight up here, I think that'll be good. So let's clear a little bit of land. Yeah, let's do it right here. This looks like a good place. So we'll just get rid of these trees, get rid of this one as well. At least we'll never have to worry about wood. Okay. And get rid of you. And so basically we're going to set it up like it's going to be like it would be a full length steam production plant, energy production plant, even though we're not going to use it right off the bat. Okay, so just keep on breaking you. That should be good for now. Maybe a couple more up here. Get rid of you. And get rid of you. Okay, that should be a good spot. Yeah, we can probably get a couple of lines through here eventually. Okay. And also we can bring our coal up here and automatically fill it once we get to that point. Yeah, you're good there. Leave you there. Leave some trees. Actually, let's just add something here. Let's look at the nearby pollution level. As it goes up, the biters get stronger. They come attack us, all that other stuff, and just that for my information. Cool. Okay. So, you're doing good. Take you. And we'll take you. Nice. And let's set up some smelting. So let's get another furnace going. Just one of... Nope, I don't want you. We'll get to that soon enough. Okay. And then we'll put you there. There we go. Let's get some fuel for it. Okay, so we'll make sure you're full. Make sure you're full. And then in here, let's smelt copper in this one. And we can do... didn't I pick up any... It's copper. I thought I picked up some iron. Stone. No, I didn't. Oh, okay. Could have swore I came up here and picked it up, unless I hit the wrong key. I must have. No, that's stone. I don't want stone. I don't need that much stone. See, even when I put on notifications, it's still not following it. Okay, 70 iron, that's better. Now, we're also going to very quickly automate this very cheaply. So let's put, you're filled with coal, iron ore in there. Let's build 2 of the burner inserters. What do we need? We need iron plates. They're coming. We will reuse those, and I'll show you when we get there on the power line. There's 4. So that should give us 1 here. We're going to need 2 more chests. Okay, so 1. We want to have this outputting that way into a chest. There we go, and put this there because we know we're going to need it there. Of course, that needs fuel. So let's just pop some fuel into it. Nice. And we could do the other way as well. Let's do it. So we're going to need 1 more burner inserter. Actually, no, we won't. This should keep things going. Good enough that I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so 1 burner inserter. Give it some fuel. Going to need more fuel. There we go. And we'll just fill you up. What am I looking for? Oh, right. There it is. Coal. Why does that have both? I don't know. We only want you to have copper. But we might as well take you. Okay, good. So let's get our power up and running. We want 1 offshore pump, 1 steam engine, start with 3 boilers, and we're going to need more pipe, which means we need more iron plate. And let's just get the 6 iron plate to start. Okay. So remember, magic number is 14 burners. So let's start here. Place our offshore pump here. Just make sure the line is good. Yep, line is good. Actually, let's place it there because then we can put another, if we have to, 2 there. Okay. Now, we're going to want, actually we're going to need some more of the pipe. Because like I said, we want to set this up so it's very easy to expand. We don't have to worry about anything. 6, 11. 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, that's perfect. Actually, let's build 1 more, because I actually like to have... Is that a pipe to ground? Yeah, we're not actually going to worry about that. Okay, so let's start with an empty pipe, and then our first 3 burners. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to have it expanded easily, 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So eventually all these will be replaced with the boilers. So all we got to do is go over it, replace that with a boiler. Really easy. And then of course our steam turbine. Or sorry, steam engine. So there we go. Now we just have to feed these with power. We'll automate this really quickly. Let's come down here. We're going to need some coal. Cool. There we go. We'll put half of you in there for now. And half of you in there. And half of you in there. Okay. Now the nice thing about these will only consume fuel when they actually need to. I believe the water's been heated up already. And if you look here, basically on the right hand side, there's the amount of water it has, the temperature of the water, and then it's got 2 other things. It's got performance and available performance. Once it's actually running, the available performance is going to mean how much it can support. Where performance, and basically how well it's being fed, does it have enough steam, things like that. And then the performance is how much it's actually being used. So once we get once the performance line fills up, it means we got to add another steam boiler. Pretty simple. Now, it's flashing here saying needs some plugs. So what we're going to need is we're going to need some, right now, small electrical pole. We will get the better ones because these aren't the greatest once we actually get steel. Okay, so first of all, before we actually hook anything up, let's plan our first line, which of course is going to be iron, because iron is going to be what we need the most. Okay, so let's come down here. Let's grab you. Actually, let's get some more of that. We're very quickly going to automate all this, so not have to worry about running around so much. I just love, it reminds me of something, the way I run. I forget what it is. It's just, this way looks pretty normal, but up and, especially down, just the way it moves, just looks funny. Okay, so let's get you started, and let's get another 50 view, and we'll just keep you going. Don't need a lot of copper, but just keep it going. Okay, nice. So the first thing we're going to want is some electric mining drill, and we need a lot more iron. Good thing we got this going. 25 plates. There we go. Let's make our first one. So let's go up to what is going to at least start off as being our biggest area here. So let's take a look. I think I'm going to down, down, up, up, straight. We can have another line here, maybe one down there. Okay, let's start with that. So let's start over here. Now as you see the green area around it, that's what it's going to mine. So I want to make sure I cover as much of this area as possible. So there we go, 10k resources looks good. There we go. Now we're going to actually want to add this to a conveyor belt, so let's get some conveyor belts, which of course requires iron plates. This is why we're starting with iron, because iron basically is used for, I think, everything, at least some purpose of it. So 5, let's make them all, because we're going to need them. So what we're going to do is this is going to be our main mining area. It's going to come out and we're going to have a big line of machines smelting it into the plates that we need. So let's just start with, now if you see in the hotbar, by selecting a number you're switching to what you are, and then if you press R it actually rotates. So I'm just going to start right here, just go up like this, nice, that'll do, and then let's get this started. So our main power line is here, so let's connect it to our thing here. That should be good. Let's do it down here. See, this is where planning comes in. If we can't set up on the conveyor belts, but we set up there, so let's just go right across here. That should be good. So if we put you there and there, now the sort of the bluish green area is where it's power, and then if you go too far, the wires won't actually connect. So let's actually go it this way, because I actually wanted to go between them. Oh, we're out of power poles. Of course we are. We're going to be using a lot of these, so we'll just build 5. There we go. So zoom in a little. One of power poles here. Okay, I'm not sure. I'll just do it this way for now. There we go. So we now have power to our miner. It's now automatically mining stuff. There we go. Now let's just take a quick look over here. So you see available performance is actually going up because our boilers are starting to make steam and it's starting to go this way. And our performance, so we're using what, that's about 1/8 of our capacity right now. So we're doing really well. So there we go. We now have automated mining. Now I want to get a couple of more of these going at the start, so we'll just grab what you have here. Let's go down to, actually let's move this up. Grab some coal out of here. There we go. So break you, break you, break you, and just for now, that should give us more copper than we're going to need, at least until we get this totally automated. Okay, so let's just set up our furnace. Not where I'm standing. Actually, let's do this properly. What am I doing? Okay, so we're going to want 2 lines, so we're going to have a line over here too of, so let's start here. So let's get just a layout. Now we're going to want these to be auto-fed and auto-fueled as well. So let's say our coal line is going to come this way. So first thing we're going to want is, we can't do long-handled inserters yet. Okay, so that's fine. Then we'll just start up here, and we'll just manually fill it. Okay, so we're going to need an inserter, an electric one, because we're now in the electric age. So let's put our inserter down. We're going to want to face it this way, and it's going to feed into our furnace, which is going to be there. Then we're going to need another inserter there, and let's get some more conveyor belts. Eventually we'll automate a lot of this, especially conveyor belts, because you find we go through tons of those. So we're going to want to remove to a conveyor belt. No, 5. Actually, one of the things I should do now is, let's move this to here, and actually can't do it there. If you middle shift click, you can actually assign your hotbar to always have certain things, or to receive certain things when you craft it. So I always like shift 1 to be my electric poles. It just seems to be what I've set it up. And I like to have this one to be my conveyor belts, because like I said, we use a lot of them. Okay, we are going to need this. We're not going to need this quite yet, so I'm just going to get it off my hotbar. We need another inserter. Okay, so too far away. So you're going to insert there, and then we're going to just go all the way over here. Like I said, we're going to have 2 lines combining and going, but for now that's good. And then another inserter, just temporarily taking off and putting into there. One of the good things to do is always have sort of like a buffer. You probably don't need to for this, but I just like having a buffer here to make picking up plates before we can get into logistics and have robots supply us, flying robots, but that's a long way down the line. Okay, so you need fuel, put fuel in there, and we need power, so we're connected there. Actually, I want to do it, that's too soon. Okay, yep. I'm not close enough. There, and then there, there. Okay, we'll clean this up once we actually know what's going on. Cool. And one of the things you can do is sort of limit how much it's going to collect. So for now, 300 should be good. So that'll stop collecting when it reaches 300, and it'll just back up the line, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so the next thing we're going to need is to move coal up there, and then we're going to want to move coal into this automatically. So we're going to need long handle inserters, which gets us to research. Basically, to unlock certain things, we're going to need a lot of research. So the first thing we're going to want is, I believe it's automation. Yes, long handled inserter and the assembly machine. This is where we can take 2 different things, combine them into what we need product-wise. So this is very important. Now, to do this, we need a lab. And a lab, of course, requires a lot of iron. See what I mean about iron? That gives us enough? Of course not. How much do we need? A lot more. Okay. Let's build one of you. And we can do this. Speed this up. Okay, I always like to leave a space there for expansion later on. There you go. I'm going to need fuel. Let's fuel you up for now. Going to need 2 inserters. 2 inserters. Need a little bit more transport belt. Okay, so you're going to feed into there. One of the things you like to see you can have 2 there. I just like to keep all of them the same because we're going to want a long handle inserter there to grab coal once we get there. So put you there, rotate you, take you out there, and we're going to need to expand U1 so they can get it. There we go. Why aren't you working? I screwed up, didn't I? I did. I'm always doing that. There we go. So now that should increase our steel production. Eventually we're going to have like a line of 10, 20 here, line of 10, 20 on this side, and then never have to worry about iron again. Okay, so take you. I just want to quickly, do we have enough? No. 36. We have 24. Okay, and just for temporarily, I'm going to build the first lab, I think just here, just so we can get that first, because we can't really do much automation without that first one. So once we get this, 37, There we go. There's our lab. It's making it. See, it makes all the things it needs. And we'll just temporarily, come on, build. So, while we're waiting for that, so what this tells us is it's going to require Science Pack 1, 10 of them to build it. So let's start the research. Now, that's sort of our graph on where we are on it. So, of course, it needs power. So, like I said, we're just going to plop it here. We're going to add probably 3 to 6 of these total, but that's once we get the automation done where we can actually automate the packs. Red pack is always the first automation thing we're always going to need. So we need 10 of these, I believe, if I remember. Yes. So this is like the one time we're going to manually make them. So to make these, we need copper plates and iron gears. I'm sure we've got the copper. Yes, we do. See, this is what I want to see. You know, we're mining enough to feed this when we've got a backlog. That's what I want to see. I always want to see an excess here. So as we add more furnaces, of course we're going to add more miners. Eventually we'll have this whole area set up with miners, and then of course we'll have this whole area set up with miners. Okay, we can actually leave it for now. Okay, so we need 10 science packs. 5, 10. There we go. So once they start building, we'll plop them in here. First one going. Good. So now it's starting its research. Once we get automation done, first thing we're going to automate is these damn red packs. They're like the very first thing you automate in Factorio, beyond, of course, your mining. And of course, we're going to want to set up down here as well, going across the same thing we do, probably a little up here so we don't deal with this stone area. And then that'll have our 2 main bus lines set up where we feed everything off of. Okay, so let's pop this in. Nice. So, I think that's going to be it for the first episode. What we'll do is, next episode, we will automate the red line. Probably off screen, what I'll do is I'll just basically copy this. Hell, I might even use the blueprint system if I can, and do the exact same thing down here on the copper. And maybe next time we'll also automate, yeah, we will. We'll automate the coal production and get our main line of coal up there too. So if you like this, if you think you're going to like this series, please don't hesitate to follow me, press that like button, and I will keep on playing it. So thank you for joining. My name is Donovan. This is my brand new Factorio series on my brand new YouTube channel. Stay safe.